Good evening, everybody. I'm Pierre Ravers, the Daily Trader. It is November 9th, and we are going to take a look at Tesla stock from a technical analysis perspective. My goal in doing these videos is to help you understand how you can use technical analysis to make better trading and investing decisions. But I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research and make your own decision. I just wanted to pull up in an article. So Tesla stock falls 12% after string of Elon Musk tweets about selling stock. So yesterday we had a little bit of a down move. This is what is being mentioned in Fortune right now. Tesla Incorporated lost nearly 175 billion from its valuation, heading from the biggest two-day slide in 14 months as the surge in shares lost momentum amid host of negative news. So they are talking about Elon Musk's tweet, and somebody is saying, the stock is extremely overvalued from a long-term perspective, and investors are struggling with this valuation. He noted that Musk's stock sale poll provided investors an excuse to pull back a bit. This is what really happened. So let's look at the stock itself. Tesla closed down. Wow. Tesla closed down $139.44 today. So that's close to 12%. Post-market, we seem to be down a further $7.89. So this is really crazy. Let's look at the damage. So yesterday, we still closed above 1116.82. We were starting to be in a congestion zone between 1116 and 1210. But basically, that congestion zone is now gone. I'm just fixing my colors here. So we have a big red candle. And also yesterday, we closed back above this first resistance in the third channel. So yesterday, we closed back into this. So this was a good sign. And today we opened that higher. We opened at 1174, but then we just fell straight down. This was epic. Let's go see the 1 hour chart. This is where we closed yesterday. So we closed right on the support. Stochastic was low, RSI was oversold, MACD was bearish, and DMI was also bearish. The stock was holding on support, but all of the indicators were pretty much bearish on the 1 hour chart. So today we opened right here under this resistance again. And during the first hour, we came super down. We came as low as 1032. And then we pulled back up. So there was some buying pressure. When some people saw that the stock was going down, they said, oh, Tesla is cheap, let's go buy it. And they bought it back up here. And volume was quite high here. 11 million shares exchanged during the first hour. And then the stock was dropping. Fourth hour here, we had some buying pressure, a green candle here. But then the next to last hour, stock went down and we are at 1023. So to tell you a little bit what I did personally, I think I'm going to start sharing a little bit my moves. I had some Tesla shares. I have been holding Tesla shares since this point here, since 791 or something. And I have been holding until today. So I still had my shares when the stock fell back right here above this support. And I tend to look at the Tesla chart on the 1 hour chart just because Tesla moves so much that I feel that if I only look at the daily chart, I might be missing some stuff. So I held my shares here until this morning, as a matter of fact. But yesterday I bought a put. I bought a put 1160 put for expiration date next week, just as a precaution. So I had a little bit above 100 shares of Tesla, and I just wanted to put to protect myself for the fall. I thought the stock would be falling at least to 1116.82 because this was the main support that we had. And when the stock opened today, I saw that we opened higher than this support right here. So I thought that my put would not be used. Let me go back to the 5-minute chart here. So then when I saw that the stock was falling right here at 1158 around here, I saw that we were falling and that basically stochastic on the 5-minute was super, super low. Also on the 1 hour chart, the same thing. On the 1 hour chart, it was super, super low. So I decided to sell my shares and let the put ride. This was a good strategy. I did not know at the time. We never know exactly if this is going to pan out as we thought. So I sold this morning my shares, all of them, and let the put ride. And then it rode down here and went back up. So this was the first bounce up. And I used this as my resistance. So if the stock on the 5-minute chart was going to go above this resistance, I was going to sell my put and just walk out with the money. But then it never did. It just kept going down. And at some point, I drew this other resistance right here. And in the end, I sold. I don't remember exactly where I sold. I sold right here, I think, on this green candle. So this put made me $8,900 and I saved the stock from going down. This is why I do technical analysis, because I don't want to suffer drops like this after having bought the stock at 790 something and having the stock go up to 1200. And then, yes, I am willing to suffer a little bit of a pullback. So this was a decent pullback at 1116.82. It was a decent pullback, but then below that, I did not personally feel comfortable based on my financial situation. I don't like to lose $10,000 like this. But this is what I did, and this time it worked. It does not work all the time. I don't want to give you the impression that I have a perfect track record. Nobody has a perfect track record, but I just wanted to share this strategy that worked out this time, because you guys, I see you share your strategies also in the comment below. So I appreciate it. So I wanted to return the favor. This is why I do technical analysis, because fundamentally nothing changed in the stock, but then we went from 1200 to close to 1000 within a couple of days. So I prefer to get in, get out, and doing this has a drawback. It has the drawback that when the stock is going to come back up, I will get in again, but I won't get as many shares as if I had held those shares, because I bought some shares here. And then when they are going to go back up, I might be able to buy less shares with the same amount of money. This strategy is taking money out of the market all of the time, but it's not a perfect way to get the most number of shares per amount that you have. Because the best way to do that is to buy low and hold everything and never sell. So anyway, this is why I don't tell you what to do if you need to buy and if you need to sell, because it just depends on your goals and everything. And so I think that telling you these things in hindsight, it can just give you another way of looking at things, maybe. Okay, so this being said, let's look at the 1 hour chart here. So we have a support line at 1027.25. I'm going to make this a little bit darker. So 1027.25 has been holding for 3 hours, and now we closed below it. Where are we heading? So the first thing that we can see is that we could be heading right down to this support line, this diagonal support line that we started to draw. Let me see where it is. Approximately here on October 11th. And from October 11th, we have been using this support right here. This support right here as one slope. Then we started going a little bit higher, making a higher low here, but then we came back to that support again. And then we really started to go super high. And now we seem to be coming back to that support here. So I would say on the 1 hour chart, I would say we could go back to, let me see, 958, 965, depending on how fast we can reach it. So just keep in mind 960, we could be going back down there. We have a gap here, and the gap started at 911 and went up to 945.85. So we could be filling the gap, but I tend to think that we are going to bounce on the support instead. But don't act on what I say, act on reality, act on what is effectively happening. Let's go back to the daily chart and let's look at what happened to the indicators. First of all, the volume. Volume 58 million. So there was some dumping of shares like crazy. 58 million. And on one of our best days on October 25th, 62 million shares were exchanged. So 58 compared to 62. This is absolutely crazy. If you call about a big dump, this is a big dump. So we are almost back to the support of the third channel. So support of the third channel on the daily chart is at 990. 990 is a support that we need to take a look at. And of course, if we go lower than that support, there's the other support that we've talked about at 960. And also there's maybe a gap fill at 911 approximately. So choose your pick. One of these things should hold. Let's look at Stochastic. Stochastic back to 50. So Stochastic took a huge plunge. And remember this here. Remember our RSI divergence. So our RSI guy had spotted this little divergence. And we had that there. So RSI was right. It's not always right, but it was right. Right now, MACD crossed over bullish, but it won't last a long time. It's going to cross back bearish. And then we have the MI that has been dramatically affected. So the bearishness in the stock showed by the red line has increased a lot. And the bullishness has decreased also quite rapidly. So let's see what happens. It would be nice if 1027 would hold. That would be the best case scenario. 1027 holds, and then we take some time to breathe and digest what happened. And then we would slowly go towards this support here and hopefully go back up towards resistance, the 1200 resistance right here, or even higher. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. You can become a YouTube member. You can click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.